Okay.
So the first item is approval of the minutes. I don't think we had a quorum last month, correct?
Correct.
That's correct.
So, okay, so I think we have to vote on February's and March's minutes.
Right. So, I make a motion to approve the February minutes for our the meeting minutes for February.
I'll second it.
Does I was gonna say, does anybody have any questions or any corrections or anything to be made to the minutes?
I think we went through the minutes. I mean, we went through the agenda, correct? And there wasn't a lot on the agenda, so, correct?
For the last meeting?
That
Yeah,
was the February meeting?
that was the February meeting, right? We didn't have a forum, and then we didn't have one in March either, correct?
Right.
No, we had one in February. I think someone joined late.
Okay, all right, so,
We had a
Yeah.
meeting, but the minutes weren't approved
approved,
for February.
Correct.
okay, so,
Okay, so I make a motion to approve the February minutes as they are.
yes. So, and I'll second it.
Okay. And okay, so we accept the minutes as read for February. And
Maureen,
yes,
Maureen, I'm sure, all in favor.
all in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Aye.
Oh,
All
Okay,
opposed.
then we accept the minutes as
as written. right?
approved. Mhm,
Yes.
as written. I'm sorry, I'm not good at this.
Yes, you are.
I should
Yes,
be,
you are.
I should be by now, but
You are. You're as good as anybody else.
Hey, we all help
Yes.
each other out. That's what we're here for, to help each other out. We're a team.
okay, so I guess I make a motion to approve the March minutes as
Correct.
received.
I'll second it.
All in
Uh,
favor?
Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. So I motion to accept the March minutes as is, as read, as approved.
Okay.
Right.
So the next item was the action discussion items. First up, I had listed the Biddy banquet recap, and I thought maybe Al and Joe could kind of just give their feedback of the event. I believe the two of them, as well as Andrea, were in attendance. Maureen showed up a little towards the end there, but we had a great turnout, so I'm just hoping that you guys can kind of fill in the others on how you felt that went.
I think it went well. It's always nice to see all the kids that come and show up. I'd like to see more from each team. Some were, it seemed like there was only one or two kids from some of the teams, but if we could find a way to get more of them to come, that would be great. But for all the ones that were there, and there were a lot of kids there, and a lot of teams had a lot of representation, and to see them there with their families is really nice. The food was, I think, great. There was a lot of food. There was a lot of, and people came up and got their food, and overall, I think everything went well. The only thing they didn't think there was enough snacks, or whatever, desserts or whatever. But a great night overall, and kids got recognition, well deserved, but also much needed, I think, for a lot of kids, that their accomplishments are recognized. and, you know, and serving the food. And, you know, it's always kind of a highlight for me to do that, to be able to serve the food with my fellow commissioners and other people that are there helping out, and just to get to meet almost everybody. In our line, we got to meet half of the people, and Joe got to meet the other half. So a good time, you know.
Yeah, thank you. Joe, I don't know if you had anything you wanted to add, or if you
Yeah,
did all that.
Al pretty much said it all, but it was definitely positive atmosphere. Everybody was fed. Some people came for twice to eat, which was great. We wanted everybody to be fed, and Joe Bees did who catered to this event, did an excellent job. The food was delicious, so there's no complaints about that at all whatsoever. Like Al said, we just need a little more cookies, but we ended up getting some, and which is great, and it's nice. It's really nice, and a lot of, like Al said, it was a lot of support from the kids' parents. The mayor was there, greeting everybody. Lindsay and her staff did an excellent job. I believe Andrew had mentioned they had a head count of about 300 people plus, if I'm not mistaken. And
Wow.
So it was great. It was really great, and it was just great feedback from everyone, you know, and it was awesome. Nothing else to say. And it's nice how you can see our community come together, young, old, and different, and support young kids, which is what we need, because they are our future, and we have to continue to do what we're doing. And Lindsay, keep up the good work.
Mhm.
And I'm just encourage you. It's hard at sometimes, but you know what though? And sometimes you might have negative responses, whatever, but we didn't have any in this aspect. But through it all, you know, we have to overcome all that and still go higher when people speak low of us, or not feel that everything is too how they want it to be. We can't please everybody, but we have to continue to do what we're doing as a team, and work harder, and still support the good energy. And that's all I can say to everybody. Just keep helping each other out, lifting each other's spirits, despite of what anybody says, because we are a team. Claire's not here, but I'm quite sure she would say the same thing, and she enjoyed everything she was doing also, and very, very helpful. All of us were. So thank you for everything, everyone.
Yeah. You're absolutely right, Joe. It is. It's a great experience for me, and when I think about this commission, this board, I'm thrilled to be on it with the people that are on it, because there's people here who care about the community and get involved. And if some people for this event, some people for another event, but overall, our commission is very involved in everything that's going on, one way or another, with what the youth in our community need. And Joe said it's so important that those kinds of things need to happen, because while things may not affect me, or they may or may not affect me, they will certainly affect the future of our community and the future of our youth. And it's so important. And you do a great job, Lindsay.
Thank you. I appreciate your guys' support and your help. And I really, especially that night, we needed all the hands that we could get. We definitely had a great turnout. I do want to just let you all know that we plan to make some adjustments for next year, because as you said, there's always room for improvement. And we do want to make sure that more people show up, that no one player is there by themselves. Coaches 100% should consider that as part of their responsibility of volunteering to be there. And if they can't be there, their assistant or someone, who's been participating should be there. But you're right. That was probably the one negative that me and the staff noticed, is that, there were a couple of teams where either there was one player to represent them. In one situation, there was only the coach there, which happened to be one of our rec leaders. And then a couple of instances where there were just maybe two kids from a team. But, it is, we want to encourage people to go. Of course, we can't make people go, but we want them to understand it's important to support each other, even if they aren't the winning team of the season. And it's still important to be there. And I feel like we've all waited such a long time to be able to have in-person events again. And so all in all, I do think it went well. I think the support, not only from you guys, but the staff and others in the community, it really went a long way. So thank you. I really appreciate it. And we will continue to improve the process and make it even better next year.
Okay,
Was that Nancy?
I said, okay.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes. All right.
Okay,
So the next item, Maureen, I had on here, you mentioned that Ruth Ann from the grants department reached out to you. If you can just kind of talk about that. Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, that's okay.
I was steady talking, I was muted. So then Devitt Frank, I believe her name is, and she's
Mhm.
the director of grants management at City Hall for the city of Kingston.
Yep.
And she sent me an email asking if there was inviting us to participate on the Deet Stadium improvements. They have a project advisory committee that they're putting together. And she was asking if, if myself or anyone else would like to be on that commission. I told her that I would ask, at this meeting. And what they want to do is that she wants the committee to meet on April 26th to share. At that point, she'll share the construction schedule for the full project at Deet Stadium, the grant and the project, the full schedule and project review for the drawings for the grandstand structure. And is there anyone here who I don't know, exactly what is required, when you're on a advisory committee, but if there's anybody who's interested, I can let her know and then get further details about the upcoming meeting. I'm sorry, I hear somebody, but did anyone say anything? Is anybody interested?
Maureen?
Can you hear me?
Hello, Maureen? Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
This
can
is Joe
hear.
Maureen. Okay, what was that, 8, that they're gonna do all this again? I missed the day, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. So she wants to plan a meeting for April 26th. And that's to share the construction schedule for the full project and review drawings for the grandstand structure. So I don't know where the meeting is going to be held or the time, but I can get all that information. She reached out to me, I guess, as the chairperson of this particular board, but if there's no one, I know that we're all busy, I can possibly meet with her and see what's expected and maybe be a representative on that project advisory committee. But if there's anybody else who wants to, they're welcome to also participate. Any takers?
And just
I
to clarify, oh, sorry, go ahead, Joe.
just need to know the time.
Yeah, she didn't give me any specific, she just gave me the date. The 26th is the target date for the, for the advisory committee to meet. So once we finish with this meeting, I'll reach out to her and, and get details.
Okay, and then could you just send an email then, to us, just to let us know?
Yeah.
A little bit more. Okay.
Yeah, yes, I will find out as much as I can find out, and,
Okay.
or else I will ask her to put something together so that, I can send it out or she can send it out to us, so. But,
right, good.
did you want to elaborate a little bit more on that, Lindsay?
Well, what I was gonna say is that, I think I see it on the calendar for tentatively 2:15. I don't know if that is definitely the time frame.
Okay.
But, that's what I see when I'm looking at here. So
Is
just,
Zoom
I
meeting?
just, I'm sorry?
Is that also a Zoom meeting? I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Let's see. I believe it is Zoom because we're still, it's, oh no, it says TBD. Nope.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know what the plan is there. This is the time where we're starting to kind of transition from Ruth Ann being the project manager to Jack Schoonmaker, who is our new project manager at Parks and Rec. He started, I think it was the Monday after our last meeting. So March 7th, I think, was his first day. So he is kind of transitioning into the project manager for Dietz, the entire project, as well as the pool. He's also going to be running some other projects for the department and different improvements and stuff. And so this is kind of what we've been hoping and waiting for, to be able to start really focusing on some of the improvements at our facilities. I know Dietz is definitely the big one, and the pool. And he's doing a great job so far. If you have a chance to stop by and say hello or meet him, he's probably going to come pay a visit to one of our meetings, one of our rec commission meetings, just to introduce himself and probably go over some additional details about the Dietz project. So, I know that we'll all have questions as we move along in this process. So he wants to be able to make himself available to speak to you all at some point. So I think what Ruth Ann's goal is, the project advisory committee is made up of a ton of different people, not just our commission, but other members, stakeholders of the community. I think in the past, the Bruderhof has had representatives there. Cuba, the Kingston Uptown Business Association. I believe a variety of partners and community members have been included. So it is a large list of people. And it really is just to make sure we're covering all bases. A lot of people utilize Dietz. I think last time there were some coaches from the high school and from the school district, and even James Michael, I believe, is part of that committee as well. So I think they just want to kind of make sure that the rec commission has representation. So we can, Maureen, if you want, we can put it out in an email and see if any other of the members of the commission who aren't here tonight might be interested.
Okay.
And then that way, yeah. But I think she said 2. Is that what she's hoping for?
Well, she said, there was a little typo. So it was either me and someone else, or it could have been me or someone else. So there was like a
Okay.
typo. I kind of had to,
Yeah.
kind of just assume that she was saying me and someone else, or just me or someone
Yeah.
else. So,
Yeah.
so
I think what I remember is I think she was trying to get maybe 2 total, but I'll verify. But I think they just want to make sure they have a variety of input. So if we could maybe send out an email to the rest of the commission, I think that'll be helpful.
okay. Yeah, so that was all that I had to say on as far as that information.
Okay.
Um,
All right. So on last item on this section I had was just some updates from the department and upcoming programs. I'll try to be brief on this. As I mentioned, we hired a new project manager, Jack Schoonmaker. He's handling a variety of projects, some of which are going to be CDBG projects and improvements for the Midtown Center, the Rondout Center, Hasbrook Park. And we're looking at improving and repairing the Lauren Park pickleball courts. This is a lengthy list, although it may not sound like it, but as you all know, how much money and energy and time goes into each individual project. So we're trying to kind of ease into some of these other ones and try to figure out how much we can handle each year and just trying to be realistic about our workload. And so I'll give you more updates as we move along there, but he definitely has his hands full. We also have some upcoming programs. We concluded Biddy League, as you know. Indoor volleyball is about to finish up next week with, I think, a couple of championship games. Then we're done with volleyball. Registration for beach volleyball has opened up. That season is beginning, I think, May 16th. Softball begins April 25th. Spring break camp starts next week. I believe we have a full roster of kids. They're going to be doing trips such as visiting the Norwalk Aquarium, the Catskill Sanctuary, bowling, Kingston. It's going to be a full week of activity. So I know the kids are excited. And one thing I wanted to mention to you all, if you have anyone that you know is interested in seasonal positions, we are allowed to start filling some of these roles as of May 15th. And so the types of positions that we have, of course, seasonal laborers. We have a new position that we're going to be filling this year, park rangers. We already have quite a few applications for that. Of course, our counselors for summer camp, lifeguards. There's still clearly a shortage in hiring for lifeguards. People have to, make sure they're certified. They have to have all the proper, requirements that are needed to be a lifeguard. But, it's a great job to have. We have the beach and the pool that we have to fill. So there are plenty of vacancies for that. So anyone, please pass it on. If they have questions about each job or a specific job, have them reach out to the main office, and we'll help them, help answer their questions. Oh, one other item, Earth Fair. That event is going to be May 14th. Anyone who's interested in volunteering, we had a staff meeting today and Julie mentioned that they have a variety of tasks or assignments that people could have. It doesn't even have to be all day. If you can only offer an hour for, setup or breakdown, scooping ice cream for root beer floats, helping out with taking tickets, or, there's a variety of jobs available. So if anybody is interested, please reach out and we'll get you something set up for that day. So as far as updates, that's what I got currently.
What was the date for the Earth Fair?
May 14th, and it's at Forsyth Park.
Okay.
All right. Anybody have any other questions or items with that? Okay. So old business. I had listed here an update about the Ken Bryant basketball court ribbon cutting, as well as the plaque. I first want to thank Joe for being so supportive throughout this process. For some reason, it has not been very easy to try to complete some of these tasks and get a hold of everyone to be able to make decisions and figure out planning and scheduling. So, Joe, thank you for your support and your help with this, and just trying to tie up some loose ends here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks.
You're welcome. No problem.
Yep. So I think where we're at now, just to let some of you know who maybe haven't been made aware, the plaque has been ordered. There is not gonna be a photo, but it will have the text on there that was given to us by the family. It is gonna take some time. They don't make that type of plaque in-house, through Timely Sign, so it had to be ordered. She did, the rep that we worked with said that it would take, a few weeks, so I would say it's been about 2. It might take another 2 or 3, based on that timeline. So the basketball courts, that sign is already made, the resolution's passed. There's nothing that needs to be done for that other than scheduling the ribbon cutting. At this point, I've talked with Joe. I think Joe and Maureen have talked. I think really what we have to do is just come up with a date, and then we share it with the family and close friends, anyone who would want to be there, and just let them know that this is the date that we're trying to do this. We hope that everyone can attend
Right.
sometime in May, right, Joe? Is that what we were saying?
Yes, she's looking at, yes, in May, beginning of May, possibly.
Okay.
I think that's what we all discussed. So if you can do it beginning, it's a month from now, so I think that's ample time at this point. So maybe the first week of May.
Yep. Okay.
Now,
Anybody?
what needs to go into doing that? Is that something where we have to, where we would want to invite the public? Is that where any activities are going on at that particular time, or?
I don't think we're gonna be doing any kind of public event.
Okay.
It's been a while. I did speak with Kevin at one point, but I don't think that, I don't think they want it to be something where random people who maybe didn't know Kenny are there. At one point, they talked about basketball games. I think Andrea suggested that. Then it was a no from the family. Then it was yes, but only as long as the teams are put together by Tyler. And
Okay.
Tyler got to hand some, but it's just, everything we add into this, the longer it takes. And I'm
Right.
just worried about that.
So will it just be the commissioners there, with any family that might attend? And
Yep, the family will be invited, the mayor, our entire department will be invited, depending on what time it is, what day it is. We're gonna invite the alderman, anyone that Kevin feels should be there, we will make sure they're invited. I think what's tripped us up a little bit is waiting to hear back on dates from other people. I think really, I've tried to make sure that the family can give us the date, but at this point, it just seems like we'll be waiting a really long time if we keep going that route.
no, that sounds like, the invitees that you've mentioned seems as though that will be a very nice ribbon cutting with those particular people in attendance. So I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Maybe we could have some small refreshments or something like that there. But I think at this point, simplicity and just making it happen, because Kenny did a lot for a lot of people in this community. The Biddy League, everybody else, we all know the history of that. I think it's
Right.
very important to get it done. And
Yeah.
I strongly believe that it's been a long time waiting, and a long time waiting to get this process and completed. And we're at the point of completion, which was maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. And we can't wait any longer. He deserves it. And I strongly believe that we should make it happen at this point. So, like I said, we could make a scheduled date for the 1st of May, and that should be the date in concrete, so that hopefully that everybody can be there and we can move on.
So are you saying May 1st?
Whatever, I don't know. Let me see.
Okay.
Okay. If everybody could, I just don't want to be the sole voice to say the date exactly, but if we can at least say the 1st week of May, which is maybe a Thursday or Friday, is that good for everyone? Or I mean,
So
this has to be a day.
Thursday is the 5th, which is our next commission meeting. We could
Oh.
make that our meeting if that makes sense to anyone.
Yeah.
I think it does.
I
Okay,
think that makes the May 5th, and I think that we all can be there, or you know, I'm sure there might be friends of Kenny who want to be there, or whoever, or you know, the kids that he coached, you know, like Rachel and those guys. But you know, and we're not gonna have a big thing, but May 5th is the date, and that's it.
So this will be
Sorry,
in lieu of our meeting?
I'm
I
sorry.
mean, me personally, I can't think of a better reason to have that be our meeting. We already know that it's on our calendars. Most people, you know, will be at our meeting, and so it will be also our first meeting in person in a long time. So as long as, you know, I think we're gonna try to do it rain or shine. Bring your umbrellas if it's raining.
Right.
I'll make sure that the maintenance staff have the sign installed that day or the day before, whichever is you know, best for scheduling. And yeah, I think that makes sense.
Get her done.
Right.
Just get her done.
Okay,
Yep.
good.
Yep. So, Maureen, I'm sorry, Lindsay, not to cut you off.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
At this point, I think we have to make a motion to set the date, the time, and that's it.
Okay, so I make a motion to,
Or Joe, did you make the motion?
oh,
How about this? I'll make the motion to
Sorry.
have Kenny Grimes, let me see, Park, trying to word it right. I'll make a motion to have Kenny Grimes sign and the name of Block Park in Kenny's name. Am I right?
you're setting the date for the ribbon cutting, right? To,
Okay, for Kenny, yeah, for
To
Kenny
install-
Brian.
Mhm.
Is it the name of the whole park or is it part of it?
No, it's just the basketball courts.
No.
All right. So so listen, here's the motion. I make the motion to have a ceremony on May 5th to name the basketball court after Kenny Bryant Jr.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Right. That was down, motion carried. May 5th is,
Right. May
May
5th,
5th
and
is
I
the
will
date.
send an email out to everyone following this meeting, just to make sure that the other members put it on their calendar.
And that's 5 o'clock?
Yep.
5 o'clock. Yep.
Okay, 5 o'clock.
Now, the only thing I want to put out there, and it does not matter to me, one way or the other, but you know, it started with the ribbon cutting and then there was the plaque at the Midtown Center. So now we have two separate things at two separate locations. I don't know. I mean, I would like to think that the plaque will be in by then, but I mean, are we doing something for the plaque separate from that? Or should we just bring the plaque to the event and show everyone what it looks like and then bring it into the Midtown Center to be placed? I mean, what do you know, trying to figure out what makes the most sense.
I think bring the plaque. You know?
Yep, we could bring the plaque, or this might be another idea. If somebody, I mean, at that time, Lindsay, are they doing construction in the Midtown at that time?
No, the kitchen work won't be started until June, I believe.
Yeah, maybe we should just bring the plaque there, or if it rains, you know, have it there with the plaque. You know, we have an option. If it rains, we can have this ceremony there. It's only a matter of like a 5-minute drive. And then up there, we can see where the plaque is, and maybe there could be refreshments, light refreshments. So, does that make
I
sense?
mean, do we still have, then I'm saying, like, are we still doing a ribbon cutting on a separate day if it rains, or are we just, you know what I mean? Like, because I don't want anyone to feel like we did the ribbon cutting, but we didn't do the plaque, or we did the plaque, but we didn't do the ribbon cutting. It's,
Well,
we have
Not to be,
two separate
not to-
dedications.
I'm sorry. How about this? This is just an idea. We can have the ribbon cutting down there, and like you said, you can have the plaque there, and during the next the big league basketball game, you could just recognize it to everybody in there. Of during a banquet, whatever it may be, or the start of biddy league in indoor, you could just write the plaque at that point so everybody can see it. But we could bring the
Okay.
plaque down, and it's
To
just
Block Park. Yeah,
right to the park, and
so
like
everyone
I
could
said, when
see it, see what it looks like, yeah.
right, and then when it's time, and let everybody know, and then during the big league, beginning of the big league, or after, during the banquet, whatever, banquet, and you could mention, the plaque there, so everybody, a little brief history of it, and the plaque of Kenny Bryant there, and that'd be just
Sure.
as good as well at that point,
Yeah.
instead of everybody traveling back and forth.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
I mean,
So-
everybody else okay with that. Well,
So there'll be a ribbon cutting on May 5th, and
Mhm.
and the plaque will be displayed as well, right? And so it'll be just one ribbon cutting. The plaque will be shown to everyone, and then it will be installed at the center at a later date.
Yeah, we could have it installed, the next day, or, just to make sure that it gets up. My concern with installing it at this point is we are, but it's a long way off for us to be doing the repairs in the gym itself.
Oh.
So we'll just take it down when the time comes.
Okay, because if we can get
Yeah.
both of the things done on this one particular date, that
Mhm.
would be, because it'll be over. You know what I mean? It'll be finalized. And
Yeah.
then, like you said, it can be installed in the gym. And then when the work is going to be done, it can be
Mhm.
taken down and put away safely until,
Yep.
it's finished and it can go back up again. So I
Sounds
think
good.
that, I don't know. Does anyone else? How's that, Nancy?
I think it's fine, just have what we're saying.
Yeah.
I think it's long overdue, so I think we just have to get it all together all at once.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. I think, that get her done. We talk about it, and we've been talking about it. So let's do the dedication, ideally down at, Block Park, that the basketball courts are named that in honor of Kenny, and then have the plaque go up. And, the redo the area around the basketball courts that's not for June, as my understanding. That's for later, at some undetermined later point in time. Is that correct, Lindsay?
Say that again?
It's the gym itself, the renovations or fixing the walls and all of that. That's
Yeah,
at
that's
some
not-
undetermined time in the future.
Yeah, that's why I'm just thinking out loud. Yeah, it's gonna be a while before we do that. That's
Right.
gonna be like
Couple
phase
years.
2 of,
It'd be a couple of years by the time things actually happen.
yeah.
So we do the ribbon cutting, we put the plaque up. When it comes time to actually, take it down because of the renovations,
Mm.
could probably be stored safely in your office or wherever you determine
Yeah.
to go back up once it's completed. And then we know it's done.
Yes.
Yes.
It doesn't fall off the chart or table again, and look for a date, and then if it rains, if it rains, we bring an umbrella. If there's a torrential downpour,
Right.
then we just do it at rec department. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds reasonable.
So we're good there. All right, thank you. Thank you for everyone's input. That's great. Happy that that is now in the books. We will make sure that we start getting the word out to the family, the mayor, aldermen, folks that were close to Kenny. Joe, I'll probably, kind of lean on you there. Anyone that you could think of that should be there. Just help me out with some names.
Okay, no problem.
Yep. All right, so that's all I think we had on here, unless anybody had other items they wanted to address.
I have one other thing to address.
Yep.
Your maintenance, the parks guys who's doing all the cleanings of the parks and everything.
Yeah.
You know what? I watch them on about, I always look at the parks and ride around. The other day I had an opportunity to ride around and just look at the parks and clear my head a little bit. And you know what? It was such a pleasure seeing those guys work and smile when they working and saying a lot of positive things. Lindsay, they really appreciate you. How you work with them, and it's really nice to see that they love what they're doing. And I would like to say thank you again. And I told them, we really appreciate you all for what you're doing and your work ethics around the parks. So keep doing what you're doing, and thank you. And they would just smile. You're welcome. And they was like, thank you goes a long ways. I said it does, and I said, trust me, we all appreciate you.
No,
So,
it does. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks again.
No,
Thank
appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. And the guys, I will say, all of our staff have been working hard, but the maintenance staff, they have a lot that's being asked of them. We're focusing on getting back to the basics, and, they have a lot of ground to cover, and a lot of the public don't understand how many parks we really have and how many green spaces and trails and facilities. And so they are working hard. We're finally, oh my God, I can't believe that you just reminded me. We are finally getting the footbridge done at Rotary. It only took 2 years and switching from DPW to Parks and Rec, and a lot of begging went into getting that, but we are finally, they are in the works of getting that done this week.
Really? All
Yep.
right.
They were in the Freeman. The Freeman took pictures of Damon Hines and Sean Dabrowski taking, moving the limbers. They're helping our carpenter and everything. So it looks really good so far. So if you have a chance, walk through and check it out.
Very
Yep.
good. Yes.
Great job, guys. Great job. Well done.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that.
Yep.
Good. All right.
So I think that's it. I think we've come to the end of this meeting, and if no one else has any other comments or concerns, then we can make a motion to adjourn the meeting, and to remind everyone that our next meeting will be May 5th at the Block Park basketball court.
Yes.
Okay. So I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I second it.
Now.
Okay.
Aye.
Aye.
Very good.
All right. Have a great evening, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
guys. Appreciate it.
Thank
You.
Bye-bye.